The F-14 Tomcat remains one of the most legendary fighter aircraft ever built, a machine that came to symbolize American naval air power during the final decades of the Cold War. Designed to defend U.S. Navy carrier battle groups against long-range bomber and missile threats, the Tomcat combined speed, range, firepower, and advanced avionics in a way no previous naval fighter had achieved. Even decades after its retirement, the F-14 continues to captivate aviation enthusiasts, historians, and military analysts, standing as a benchmark of fighter aircraft design and combat capability. The origins of the F-14 Tomcat trace back to the late 1960s, when the U.S. Navy sought a replacement for the cancelled F-111B program. The Navy needed a dedicated fleet defense fighter capable of intercepting Soviet bombers armed with long-range anti-ship missiles before they could threaten American carriers. Grumman Aircraft Engineering Corporation answered this call with a design that emphasized endurance, radar power, and missile capability. The result was an aircraft unlike anything that had flown from a carrier deck before, optimized for long-range interception rather than close-in dogfighting alone. One of the most distinctive features of the F-14 Tomcat was its variable sweep wing design. These swing wings could automatically adjust their angle depending on speed and flight conditions, extending forward for takeoff, landing, and low-speed maneuvering, and sweeping back for high-speed flight. This innovation allowed the Tomcat to combine excellent low-speed handling, essential for carrier operations, with exceptional supersonic performance. The aircraft could exceed Mach 2 at altitude, giving it the speed necessary to rapidly respond to distant threats. Powering the early variants of the F-14 were two Pratt & Whitney TF-30 turbofan engines. While these engines provided impressive thrust, they were not without issues, particularly during aggressive maneuvering at high angles of attack. Later versions of the Tomcat, especially the F-14B and F-14D, received the more powerful and reliable General Electric F-110 engines. These engines transformed the aircraft's performance, significantly improving acceleration, climb rate, and overall handling, making the Tomcat far more capable in air combat scenarios. The F-14's avionics suite was revolutionary for its time. At the heart of its combat system was the AWG-9 radar, one of the most powerful airborne radars ever installed in a fighter aircraft. This radar could track up to 24 targets simultaneously and engage multiple targets at long range. Paired with the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, the Tomcat could engage enemy aircraft at distances exceeding 100 miles, an unprecedented capability. This long-range engagement concept was central to the Navy's fleet defense strategy, allowing the F-14 to neutralize threats long before they could approach carrier groups. The AIM-54 Phoenix missile itself was a technological marvel. Weighing over 1,000 pounds and capable of Mach 5 speeds, it was designed to destroy large, fast-moving bombers and cruise missiles. The F-14 could carry up to 6 Phoenix missiles, giving it unmatched long-range firepower. In addition to the Phoenix, the Tomcat was also armed with AIM-7 Sparrow and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, as well as an internal M61A1 Vulcan 20mm cannon, ensuring it remained effective in medium and short-range combat. Another defining characteristic of the F-14 Tomcat was its two-seat cockpit configuration. The pilot occupied the front seat, focusing on flying in close-in combat, while the radar intercept officer, RIO, sat in the rear, managing radar operations, weapons systems, and navigation. This division of labor proved invaluable, especially during complex interception missions and long-duration flights. The teamwork between pilot and RIO became a hallmark of Tomcat operations and contributed significantly to the aircraft's combat effectiveness. The F-14 entered service with the U.S. Navy in 1974 and quickly became the backbone of carrier-based air defense. Throughout the Cold War, Tomcats routinely patrolled international airspace, intercepting and escorting Soviet bombers such as the Tu-95 Bear that approached U.S. carrier groups. These encounters rarely escalated into combat, but they demonstrated the Tomcat's deterrent power and its role as a guardian of naval forces. Although designed primarily as a fleet defense interceptor, the F-14 proved to be far more versatile than initially envisioned. Over time, it evolved into a true multi-role fighter. During the 1990s, the Tomcat was adapted for precision ground attack missions, earning the nickname Bombcat. Equipped with lantern targeting pods, The F-14 could deliver laser-guided bombs with high accuracy, providing close air support and strike capabilities in addition to its air superiority role. The F-14 saw combat in several conflicts, most notably during operations in the Middle East. During the Gulf of Sidra incidents in the 1980s, U.S. Navy F-14s engaged and shot down Libyan aircraft, marking the first air-to-air victories for the Tomcat. Later, during Operation Desert Storm in 1991, the F-14 performed a variety of missions, including combat air patrol, reconnaissance, and strike coordination. In the years that followed, Tomcats played key roles in operations over Bosnia, Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Beyond the United States, the F-14 Tomcat also found a unique place in Iranian service. Prior to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Iran purchased a fleet of F-14s, becoming the only foreign operator of the aircraft. Despite political isolation and sanctions, Iran managed to keep many of its Tomcats operational, reportedly using them effectively during the Iran-Iraq War. This chapter of the Tomcat's history adds to its mystique and underscores the aircraft's durability and long service life. Despite its impressive capabilities, the F-14 was also known for its complexity and high maintenance demands. The aircraft required extensive upkeep, and operating costs were significantly higher than those of newer fighters. Advances in technology eventually led the U.S. Navy to seek a more cost-effective, easier-to-maintain multirole aircraft. This shift resulted in the introduction of the F-A-18 Super Hornet, which gradually replaced the Tomcat in frontline service. The F-14 Tomcat was officially retired from U.S. Navy service in 2006, marking the end of an era. Its retirement was met with a sense of nostalgia and respect from those who had flown, maintained, and admired the aircraft. Many Tomcats were placed in museums or stored, while others were destroyed to prevent spare parts from reaching unauthorized users. Despite its absence from active duty, the legacy of the F-14 remains deeply ingrained in naval aviation history. Popular culture played a significant role in cementing the Tomcat's legendary status. The 1986 film, Top Gun, introduced the F-14 to a global audience, transforming it into a cultural icon. The image of the Tomcat launching from an aircraft carrier at sunset became synonymous with speed, power, and elite aviation. This exposure inspired countless individuals to pursue careers in aviation and reinforced the aircraft's place in the public imagination. From an engineering perspective, the F-14 Tomcat represented the peak of a design philosophy focused on specialized roles and maximum performance. It was built to dominate the skies at long range, protect vital naval assets, and adapt to evolving mission requirements. Its combination of advanced radar, long-range missiles, and variable geometry wings made it one of the most capable fighters of its time. In retrospect, the F-14 Tomcat stands as a symbol of Cold War innovation and strategic thinking. It was an aircraft born from necessity, refined through experience, and remembered for its unmatched presence and capability. Even today, the Tomcat continues to inspire admiration, reminding the world of an era when fighter aircraft were not just tools of war, but also expressions of technological ambition and national pride.